Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm Felicity from Enchanted by Soul, and this is your weekly energy forecast from the 27th of February through to the 5th of March. So welcome, take what resonates, leave what does not. If you're watching this on my YouTube, feel free to subscribe, like, comment below. If you're on Instagram, feel free to also comment below, share this too. And also, if you want to work with me, check the description box below. All the information is there. If you want to buy me a coffee, also down there. All right, guys. So first of all, what I am getting for this week ahead is it's so important right now. Okay, so important right now. This big message of like, this is so important, is to hold that vision. Okay, hold that vision that you have for yourself. Hold that vision that you have for your business. Hold that vision that you have for a relationship you're wanting to call in or your current relationship. Okay, what I will say about that though, for a current relationship and holding your vision for that, is that it takes two people. Okay, two people. It takes a collaborative process to bring about a vision. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But there's also this energy coming through here of just working through in the fears that you have that are making you kind of feel like it's not going to happen. It's not going to work out for me. This isn't going to appear in my reality. Release what that needs to look like. Hold your vision, but release what it exactly needs to look like. That's really important. And instead, tap into the feeling of that vision that you're wanting for yourself. What does that feel like? Does it feel like truth? Does something need to shift a little bit? Whatever it is, but definitely working through some fears this week, especially if you feel like you're in a bit of like mental entrapment, okay? Feeling really in your head, really in your mind, but freeing yourself from that. I'm seeing a dragonfly, so definitely going through a period of transformation as well, period of rebirth. And this is when our fears can really start to come up, right? When we're about to like propel forward, when we're about to move into a new chapter, going into a new direction, the fears will come in, okay? They're like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm here. And we're like, fuck off. But then they don't go. So we need to work through it, ground our energy, and then we're good, right? So just freeing yourself from that. Also freeing yourself from connections and relationships that aren't working. Okay. Free yourself from the elements of your business that aren't working and have the freedom. Know that you have the freedom to shift and change and make new decisions and new choices. You have that freedom. And sometimes that freedom comes with the unknown, which then the fears come in. That's okay. But if you're holding a higher vision for yourself, or if you're in a really unhappy situation and you want to hold something new, you need to make new, you need to let something shed. So then you can make those new moves, okay? All right, let's see what comes out here with an oracle for the week ahead. Those watching and resonating, we have compassion, making sure to have compassion for yourself throughout this process. Don't go with that negative self-talk. None of this, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. This never works out for me. I'm stupid. I'm this, I'm that. None of that. Okay, be really mindful. Pay attention to the things that you say to yourself. You say something time and time again, over and over again for a really long period, you're going to start to believe that. It's going to be embedded into your subconscious where you believe that. And when it gets into our subconscious, okay, it doesn't matter what our conscious mind's telling us. If we've got a different belief in our subconscious, that's the place we act from, all right? So be really kind to yourself, even doing some inner child work, just as in, by that, I don't mean like you have to go in and do some deep like healing. It can just be like going and doing something fun to brings that inner child out. Okay. One more. We have financial health. Some of you might be stressed around finances. Okay. Looking at different ways that you can be savvy with your money, creating a budget. I know, super fun, right? But creating a budget, right? As much as I'd be like, I'm going to manifest it all without having a strategy in place, it's really probably not going to happen for me, right? So having a budget and getting an understanding of your finances is going to be really helpful. But also this is like, look at this tree. I don't always read, I'm an intuitive reader, right? I don't always read with what's on here, but look at this big, beautiful tree, okay? And you see how it's not like a straight trunk. It moves and it swirls in different directions, okay? This is representing of where you've built yourself from and with where you're moving towards. And it comes with going here and then you go here and then you go here. There's no straight line to success. There's no straight line even throughout our entire life. We don't be born and then we go in a straight line to get to wherever we're going to be towards the end. It's comes like this, right? Comes like this. So just know that you're growing and you're evolving, and just helping you ground your energy too, and building yourself on a stronger foundation, right? A stronger foundation. Okay. Let's see here. Actually, I'm going to go with the light seers, the mermaid. Okay, what else does the collective need to know for this week? 27th through to the 27th through to the 5th. Almost come out. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, we have the King of Cups and we have the Devil. I am not surprised to see the Devil show up, okay? Those fears, the subconscious, the bad habits that keep us stuck, the bad patterns, toxic people that we need to walk away from, okay? Toxic habits within us that we need to walk away from. I'm not surprised to see that here. What I do have is the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, though. This is the balance between the feminine and the masculine energy that we all have within us. So the feminine being like creativity, flow, manifestation, calling things in, being like really magnetized and calling things in. And then the masculine being like drive, taking action, strategy as well. But there's this a need of balance here between your physical reality, which is the earth energy, and your emotional state and your emotional world and your internal world with the water element here, okay, with the cups energy. So having a balance between the two. So really grounding your energy so that you can tap into those emotions, but also if you find your emotions to be really overwhelming at the moment, grounding your energy in nature is going to be really beneficial. I'm just keeping an eye on time, guys, so I keep it at a time that we can do, because Instagram only allows for 15. Allow yourself to do that, okay? Especially if you're in this place, okay? Allowing the fears to control you. You see, it's like the puppet here with the strings. Don't allow the fears to control you. Work through them by working with the earth element and working with the water element, okay? One more, please. Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Okay. Ace of Cups representing like self-love, filling up your own cup first before you can go giving to others. That's really important. Can represent a new relationship, okay? Especially with the Knight of Cups coming up here. Again, be mindful, okay? Be mindful not to go collecting breadcrumbs, picking up breadcrumbs, all right? Pay attention to red flags, things like that. But some of you too, you just might be like feeling some fear around opening yourself back up to love or opening yourself up to a new relationship due to past disappointments and past hurts. So if that's you, take your time. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it so you can notice any of those red flags. Sometimes too, though, we need to learn the discernment, because it's not always a red flag. Sometimes it's our wounding coming up from past experience and projecting it onto the current person. That's where discernment comes in, though, because sometimes that's not the case, and it really is a big fucking red flag. So learning the discernment, okay, there will be really beneficial. But giving a lot of love to yourself, because how can we really show up and love another if we give no love to ourselves? If we seriously do not love ourselves, how can we show up and love another? It's just how? It's going to be really hard. Okay, it's going to be really hard. So a lot of focus on self-love, a lot of self-compassion, a lot of giving to self. Go and buy yourself a bunch of flowers, right? I'm just hearing like the Miley Cyrus song right now. Right, go and buy yourself that. Go and get yourself a picnic. Go and take yourself for a picnic. Go and get yourself a white horse. Like, you don't need no man coming on a white horse or a woman coming on a white horse. Like, you got this, right? But if there's a new love connection, just take it slow. Take it slow. If there's some new romance coming back into a current connection, beautiful. But again, it takes two to tango, right? But hold your vision for this healthy relationship that you want. Hold your business. Hold your business. Hold your vision for your business, your career, your finances, all of that too. And just work through any subconscious stuff that is keeping you from making I don't want to say like the correct, but the decisions that are in full alignment with where you're wanting to go, with where your vision is, okay? So making sure that you're doing that. All right, I'm going to get an oracle to close this out. Okay. I'm going to use the Moonology. I'm also going to have the monthly element readings out this week too, guys. Happy early, oh, no, not happy early birthday. Happy birthday to the Pisces. All right. Happy birthday, all the Pisces out there. Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches and a time for healing. Also on the bottom of the deck, confidence is your key to success, right? But in order to be able to feel that Leo energy of confidence, like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, like I got this, or I can be confident in myself that I'm going to pick the right partner, right? That I'm not going to allow myself to end up in a toxic situation again, or whatever that relates to. In order to get to that level of confidence or to have that newfound confidence that you feel strongly within you, it's going to require just some healing at the moment, okay? And we don't have to deep dive into things that we don't need to deep dive into, or work on things that like we really have already worked enough on. It can just mean that it's time to taking rest, healing your body, resting your mind, taking a step back from social media, stop watching the mainstream news. If you find yourself stuck in a cycle of that, okay, step away. Time for healing, okay? However this feels for you, but definitely working with the earth element and the water element is going to be really beneficial. We also have the end of a tough cycle approaches, which is really beautiful. I love to see this, okay? So it's the full moon energy. And this is, and it's Capricorn, which is an earth sign. So a tough cycle that's been happening in your physical reality is going to shift. It's going to close out, okay? And especially with the healing that you're doing here, it's going to really like help that process, okay? Help and benefit that process. So with the full moon, think of it like the full moon. We just had like a crescent moon recently, and when we're building up to the full moon, and you know, this is like that the metaphor of like a cycle coming to completion, because the cycle of that moon, that lunar cycle, has come to completion when we have the full moon. So whether this could be something around the actual full moon that we will have coming up, whether that is actually something closes out then, could well be the case, okay? But this is a general collective, so take what resonates. It's not a personal reading. But this could also just be on like a metaphor way as well, okay? Like things are closing out. So just nurture yourself and be really, especially if you feel restricted. And you might even, seriously, guys, there could even be a sense of, it's not you restricting yourself. It could be that your hands are tied, that there's nothing that you can do and you want to fix the situation, or you want to like remove yourself from something, but there's something that you can do right now, okay? That's okay. If that's the case, just nurture yourself through the process, okay? Focus on working through any emotions that come up for you, focusing on your health, focusing on what you can have control over, but that's going to end, okay? I see like a sword going through a rope, okay? So whatever that cord attachment is, it's going to be cut through and you're going to be free from it. That's just a little extra message there. All right, guys, comment below if this resonates. I send you guys so much love, and I will see you next week.